Hey, Calan. Hi, how you doing? All right, let's go and take a look. Thank you for your submission. I've got the PDF up right here. And so let's go ahead and get started. So let's take a look at the PDF so we can see a couple of things. Number one, I think that I'm not real sure if this baseline is perfectly level or not, but that's really the start. Is that thing, it's got to be perfectly level. Once that baseline is level, it's kind of like a foundation of a house. Unless that unless that foundation is perfectly level, we're kind of risking other kind of distortions based on the level of the baseline itself. So want to make sure, I'm not saying it's not, it kind of looks like it's a little uneven. It looks like it kind of goes up a little bit this way. So you just definitely want to make sure. Now I know the instructions and the requirements say no straight edge. If you have to use a straight edge to establish that baseline, I'm okay with it. I think it's more important to work on letter spacing than actually trying to trace a perfectly straight baseline. So once you get that baseline, then you can start drawing your uppercase B, and then once you establish your lowercase letters, you can establish your mean line and then your cap lines. So I think you've done a great start here right now. I'd like to see a little more contrast, so the fill should be a little bit darker. Craft is outstanding. Your verticals are all look like they're true verticals. That's a little diagonal right there. But that's about it. So your good job on your verticals and your horizontals with the section of that baseline. This seems a little bit off, so check that. Letter spacing looks good. It looks very good. It looks like you have previous experience with letter spacing, so that's fantastic. The reasoning behind letter spacing and kerning is this, is that we perceive words as groups of letters, not individual letters. So when we read the word banana, let me show you an example. We want to read it as banana. We don't want to have to, we don't have time for our mind to have to go banana. And that's what happens with improper letter spacing. Our mind has no choice but to take breaks where it sees a break, right? That's how it works. So if this were to be kerned like this, let's say, for example, if this space right here, whoops, didn't want to do that, but I'm totally exaggerating here. But if this was banana, then our mind would see it like that. It would see banana as opposed to banana. And the same thing holds true for words as well. So the words as they reside in a sentence should be spaced correctly so that we don't kind of stumble in a space where there shouldn't be a space. When our mind sees a space, it perceives it as a resting stop, and we automatically want to stop there. So to reduce those kind of unnecessary stops, we want to ensure proper letter spacing. So one thing I want to give you is a general rule of thumb, a formula, and it works specifically well for sans serif typefaces. So the closest you would want to see is the spacing between two curved letter forms. The next widest would be between a curved and a straight, and then the widest would be between two straights. And that's not to say those differences should be noticeable. They won't be noticeable. They shouldn't. It just should appear perfectly natural. But that general rule of thumb, and that's demonstrated over here in the course announcements. I created this video, How to Kern Banana. Definitely want to take a look at that and apply what you've learned in that video to your second iteration of Banana, which is due Sunday. Letter forms look great. Really, really good consistency here. As we can see, as in comparison to the actual Franklin Gothic 200, your A's look really good. A little bit more of a teardrop here. This is a little thinner than this over here, so you definitely want to show that. Ends look great, and the cat B looks fantastic. So you're really looking good here. It's just a little bit of letter spacing. I think that's a little bit too wide right there. I think that's a little bit too wide. But take that formula I gave you with the curved letter forms, the straight letter forms, and the combination of both, and really apply that to your second iteration here. Be sure to review that video, and you will definitely see, you'll start to really notice some things that you can employ in your letter spacing to take full advantage of what we call saccadic eye movements. Saccadic eye movements are the way our eye moves through a specific selection of typography. So optimal letter spacing and optimal word spacing reduces saccadic eye movements. So in my example over here, this kerning right here indicates no saccadic eye movements, right? Because we are able to perceive that boom as one word. This example here, where I went like that, that creates a space right here. So now we have a break in the word banana, banana. There's a rest right there. That's a saccadic eye movement. We stop and start again. And we don't want to do that too many times. We want to reduce the amount of saccadic eye movements associated with our typography. It makes for a much more comfortable read for your viewer. Okay, so those are my recommendations. If you have any questions at all or need any clarification, please let me know. I'll be glad to provide anything that you might need. And definitely be sure to take a look at that How to Kern Banana video located in the announcements area. All right, Calan, great job. Again, any questions, please let me know. Thank you.